Thanks for making KREM 2 News at 5 a part of your Sunday. I'm Cody Proctor. We begin tonight with new information on a crash near Deer Park that blocked traffic on 395 for most of the day. That stretch of road now reopened in both directions. According to the Washington State Patrol, this crash was between a car and a semi-truck. 2 people were taken to the hospital, 1 with life-threatening injuries. The truck is leaking fuel into the soil. The Department of Ecology is also at the scene responding to the spill. Well, today wraps up one of the hottest weekends we've seen in quite some time, and the high temperatures don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Let's check in right now with meteorologist Michelle Boss in the Weather Center tonight to see if are we getting a break anytime soon?
Yes, we should get a break as soon as tomorrow. The heat advisory continues until this evening at 8 p.m. We're seeing pretty much the hottest temperatures that we're going to see right about now. Our high temperature today, 97 degrees. We're sitting at 96 at the Spokane Airport, 94 in Coeur d'Alene, lower 90s even up north in Sandpoint. Omak, a scorching 96. Lewiston checking in with triple digits at 100 degrees, but I think their high today was 102, and upper 90s near 100 in Moses Lake, Othello, Ritzville, and elsewhere across the inland northwest. We have had a little bit of isolated thunderstorm activity, similar location to where we saw it yesterday in the higher terrain in the north side of the state and across the Idaho Panhandle. Red flag warnings are going to be in place for tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. We expect more widespread thunderstorm activity, but here in far eastern Washington, southeastern and south central Washington, we're not expecting a whole lot of rain from most of those storms. So dry lightning, not good news. Some of those thunderstorms accompanied with some gusty winds, also not good news. Kind of on the opposite spectrum, flood watch is also going to be in effect for tomorrow in Okanogan County for some slower moving thunderstorms that could produce flash flooding over area burn scars. Short-term forecast, though, keeps it pretty quiet. Hot this evening, clear skies overnight. We'll have a very mild start to tomorrow, but shouldn't be as hot tomorrow afternoon with scattered thunderstorms, 84 degrees, and then high temperatures in the 80s for much of the rest of the week.
Michelle, thank you so much. Topping our headlines right now, the Stevens County Sheriff's Office looking for a missing man tonight. Take a look at your screen right here. This is 27-year-old Tyler Kaplan. He's been missing since Friday afternoon. Deputies say he was last seen walking on Mingo Mountain Road just outside of Kettle Falls. According to officials, he's from Spokane and has no ties to Kettle Falls. Kaplan's described as 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing about 200 pounds, and has brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a black or gray shirt, black shorts, and black shoes. If you see him, call Stevens County Dispatch. The number is right there on the bottom of your screen. The Lewiston Police Department investigating a car crash that caused a large power outage this weekend. Late last night, the Lewiston Fire Department responded to a call about a car that had crashed into a power pole, and it caused a small brush fire. Officials found the car crash into a base supporting several large poles. That crash also caused a power outage, impacting a large portion of the orchards in downtown Lewiston area. Power's since been restored. The driver's been treated for minor injuries. Looking ahead, a $3 million road improvement project begins this week in Coeur d'Alene, so keep that in mind when you're driving. The project targets Northwest Boulevard and Ramsey Road, 2 major routes that get an estimated 30,000 trips daily. That's according to our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press. The street and engineer director says their goal is to impact people's commutes as little as possible, but expect both closures and inconveniences. The project is expected to wrap up by mid-August. A question for you tonight. What were you doing at 8 years old? Well, if you're Natalie McNichols, you can cross off speaking in front of Congress this week. KREM 2's Janelle Finch is joining us in the studio tonight with more about why she's making an appearance in Washington, D.C. and the diagnosis and disease she's fighting against. Janelle?
Cody, Natalie McNichols is one of 5 Washington delegates in D.C. for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation's 2023 Children's Congress. She and over 100 delegates with type 1 diabetes from across the country will meet with members of Congress and advocate for a cure. Today, I spoke to her and her mom about sharing her story at our nation's capital. While most kids will say they spent summer vacation at the lake or visiting grandparents, 8-year-old Natalie McNichols can say she spoke in front of Congress.
I want to change diabetes and I want to get a cure.
Natalie was selected as one of 160 delegates from across the country to attend the JDRF Children's Congress. Just 5 are from Washington.
Dear Natalie, we are pleased to inform you Children's Congress is like something that diabetic kids can do, and they can talk to people and make laws, and they can try to help and try to help get us through.
Natalie didn't have to look far to know what to expect as a delegate. She just had to ask her mom.
I was diagnosed with type 1 in 1998. And then in 1999, I attended the first Children's Congress as a delegate. And I was her same age. I was also 8 at the time.
Emily McNichols says type 1 diabetes has impacted her family and too many families around the world for there not to be a cure.
How many generations before we can be done with this? How many times do we have to come? This is my family's 3rd time to Children's Congress. How many more before we find a cure?
Natalie's advocacy won't end in D.C. She says she was selected to be the youth ambassador at Spokane's upcoming Inland Northwest JDRF Community Walk.
I am going to cut the ribbon.
The event raises awareness and money for the Research Foundation. The 3.2-mile walk is scheduled for 11 a.m. September 23rd at Riverfront Park. Natalie's mom, Emily, says this is an important year to be a part of the Children's Congress. The special diabetes program is set to expire at the end of September, so Congress will have to meet to discuss renewing the program. That program provides $150 million every year for type 1 diabetes research. In the studio, Janelle Finch, KREM News.
Janelle, thank you so much. Well, still to come tonight, a dangerous rescue caught on camera. We're taking you to the Oregon coast, where the Coast Guard navigated rough conditions in order to save 2 people. Plus, hot conditions lead to wildfires, and wildfires often means worsening air quality. But can the smoke hanging in the air really impact your health in the long run? I'll tell you the answer coming up at 5:20.